What up, y'all? I'm back with another video, and today I'm reviewing Scarface's new album, his 12th studio album, Deeply Rooted. Scarface is a New Jersey-born rapper, but he's from Houston. Former ghetto boy, but no, he's a ghetto boy for life, but he's a ghetto boy. He's been doing the solo thing ever since like 93, 4. Well, actually, no, it was always the plan to be solo anyway. Like, before the group and after the group, and during being in the group, the Ghetto Boys, with Big Mike, Willie D, Bushwick Bill, and then their original Ghetto Boys. But we're talking about like Ghetto Boys, the ones people are actually going to remember and talk about. People actually know who the members are. But anyway, if you want to buy this album, I will leave you the iTunes link in the description. If you want to listen to it for free, before you decide you want to buy it or not, I'll leave you the Spotify link in the description too. You can go ahead and listen to it for free. Or if you don't want to buy it at all, you can, like I said, you can just listen to it for free. You don't even have to buy it. Anyway, Deeply Rooted. I'm going to skip the intro because it's really nothing. It just gets to the end of the song and he's talking about Deeply Rooted, Deeply Rooted. But anyway, let's go ahead and get into this. Track number 2, Rooted featuring Papa Root. You win some, you lose some. Life in a nutshell. That's how it comes off at you at first. And he's seen enough hell to never want to go to jail. Explains life in the hood, but he can't blame the hood because it gave him life. Even though it's said he's killing all of people's children, he's just a hustler, hustling for his million. And Root comes in on the chorus like, and I stay rooted. I stay rooted, crooked officer, crooked officer. If you've heard Crooked Officer by the Ghetto Boys, then you know where the crooked officer part comes from. And it's not from Mrs. Officer by Lil Wayne featuring, I believe, Bobby Valentino. No, it's from Crooked Officer by the Ghetto Boys. But crooked officer, and I stay rooted. Oh, I freaking love that shit. Anyway. Second verse, he tells you a little story that then tells you the moral of the story. Like, keep your mouth shut. Everyone's listening. Speak and you fucked up. And I'm going to tell you like them old cats say. Get what you get and get the fuck out the way. And greed will get you 35 to life. 35 tight. You 27? That's your life. And on the third verse, I love how he says real recognizes real. That fake shit is see-through. He says this is for the people in the game 10 toes down, and he hopes when those people make it, they don't forget where they come from. And this beat sounds like, this beat sounded like it could have been on Dr. Dre's album, and I could have seen Papa Root being on the song with Dr. Dre. I could have seen that shit. Anyway, track number 3, The Hot Seat. Smooth riding, reminiscent type of beat, like, you gotta feel that. You can definitely ride around no matter where you are, no matter who you are, listening to that shit. On the first verse, he says, just waking up, I gotta thank God. Then I gotta fire me up a blunt. And he's analyzing life. And now he's buzzed and he's high. And it's just another Saturday on the corner with the homies just smoking. And the cop comes by. He doesn't notice, but then, the cop doesn't notice shit. But then he does and requests a squad car. And then on the chorus, you hear, I don't know who's singing. But you hear someone singing, oh, just sitting on the concrete couch, just waiting for the judge to say, I'ma be free today. It's been a shitty day. Can't find no other words to say. And on the second verse, basically what I took from that was, Face is minding his business when he gets to the jail. Well, prison. He meets some friends. Then the boss of the crew in the prison comes up and asks what he's in for. And Face, he's like, man, fuck, this nigga just wants some info. But he tells him anyway, straight up, I didn't do shit. But you know these white folks think they own shit, they run shit. Like, he said these redneck crackers. You know they think they own shit, how they run shit and shit. I was like, oh, okay, Face. I wasn't offended, but I'm just saying, okay, there we go, Face. Just speaking your mind. Third verse. It's a court call in the hall. Everyone's naked. And the sergeant wants an interview with Face. Finally, Face gets to see a judge, but he's black, and she got a grudge. But he don't need a lawyer. At least that's what he says. And he said he bets if he was white, he'd be fine. And he's just trying to get out the hot seat. Track number 4, Dope Man Pushing, featuring Papa Roo. I don't really have anything to say about this track. It's just he's telling you the life, like the everyday life of a dope man, and it's like it's real hard, like dope man pushing, dope push. If DJ Screw could have been chopping that shit up, God rest his soul, that shit would have been right. I mean, it was already right anyway, but if Screw could have got on it, oh, it would have been perfect, no question. Anyway, track number 5, Fuck You featuring Zero. So now Zero's my second favorite rapper of all time, so of course I was looking forward to hearing this, and with good reason, because I like the song. And he starts off, Face starts off saying, it's tough being at the top, huh? He can't agree with you no more. You can't fuck with him. And Face tells you what it's like, where he's from, and where you promised to die before you're 21, and he's already killed his enemies off, and he's God-fearing, but he's evil. He sticks by his morals and values, and he puts that on both nuts. And on the road chorus, it's like, fuck you, I've been running this shit so long, my hello is like, fuck you, niggas trying to throw rocks at the throne, and I'll touch you, fuck putting money on your door and everything about you is like, fuck you. Anyway, on the second verse, Face says he's a go-getter, and it's nothing but commitment, the lifestyle and the rewards from being like that can get addictive. And a real nigga plays the game like it's business. Then he tells you what weak and fake niggas do. Tells you what the weak and fake niggas do, but then he tells you what his people live and die by. And on the third verse, the outro, people are just jealous of him, his flash, his grind, his motivation, hustle, and his mindset, and how he'll touch them niggas if they come off the wrong way. And fake niggas claiming fake hoods. Face is still the hardest king out here, the realest. Track number 6, Steer featuring Rush Davis. I freaking love the melodic beat of this shit. I love the singing by Rush Davis on here. I mean, it's like, wow. And he's talking about, I'm contemplating suicide. Think I'll just drive. And he can't see shit but double. But he'll take his hands off the wheel and pray that if God hears him, if he's up there, he'll steer for him. Anyway, like I said, I love this beat, and I love hearing the woman in the background, like, not breaking up, but fading in and out. I love things like that. And she's singing, out of control. Face talks about the struggles, but then realizes he's fine. He has a woman. His career is intact. He can live his life, but he still remembers the bad times before. And he's praying that he doesn't go insane and kill someone. Then Rush Davis sings again. On the second verse, Face wakes up to sirens. He realizes he did go insane, shot and killed someone, and now he got to go because the law's coming. Then you get a skit where the dogs are barking and chasing after Face. And now he's running, thinking about his family, his wife and his mother. And he thinks about maybe stealing a car because he'd rather be on the run than back in jail. He'd rather be carried by 6 than be judged by 12. Track number 7, Anything. Face starts off just talking about the people, what they'll do for $1, and then the beat starts. Real smooth, slow, laid back, chill beat. Face talks about the crime committed back in the days of his youth and how it comes back around. And on the chorus, someone's singing about on the chorus talking about how you get it, how you live, doing anything. And Face talks about in the second verse, he realized he was set up for a murder in the first place and murder in the first. And he spared the nigga who was booked, even though he was in on it the whole time. And and then he speaks on how the hood ain't changed, he ain't changed, and he's still in the hood. And track number 8, Do What I Do, featuring Nas, Rick Ross, and Zero. I wrote a lot of stuff for this. But anyway, Face's verse, he talks about doing what he got to do, what he got and how he got it, and how he's about his business, so you need to be about yours. And Zero on the verse, or the hook, says, So hard in these streets. Gotta pack a pistol plus talk to God in these streets. Go to church Sunday the morning selling raw in these streets. Never took none. I left it all in these streets. And gotta do what I gotta do. I ain't promoting no eviction notice on a dough. Fuck it. I had to go for broke. Do what I gotta do. Hustle till I see the dirt. Risking 25 years just to see another first. It's like, okay, Ro. Because Ro's always been like that. He's just fucking real. And talks from the heart. Like pain and the struggle he's gone through, and he'll tell you about it. And on Ross's verse, he's pretty much just reminiscing about the good old days back with the homies. They were snorting crack, snorting coke. He was smoking weed. And the crimes they committed, he wonders like, wow, damn, I went from that to doing this. How the fuck did I do that? Now in Nas's verse, he says, I'm speaking to everybody. People in the prison, reading the books, people struggling, suffering from oppression, depression too. Then speaking on what time has done to his niggas and other people. How our government thrives off victims. How it affects the whole country. How people must get together. He's changed too. We need to revolutionize. Track number 9, God, featuring John Legend. That last name is right, Legend. Anyway, Face talks about on the first verse about what life would be like if he was God. Everything would be perfect. Mothers ain't got to worry about nothing. Dads can go to work and not be grumpy about it. Kids can be kids, not have to worry about their parents, like worrying about them, and everything's fine. Then he says, imagine if God took a day off and the devil is free to do whatever he wanted. And I wrote something down right here. He said, he's pretty much saying, don't be surprised if you find out what you believe in is not real. And don't be surprised when you find out the government has terrible secrets that they're not releasing to you. Don't be surprised. I wouldn't be, okay? But that isn't what this video is about. Keep it moving, featuring Avant. It's Face talking to a woman about how they're so different, but talking also about what makes them stay with each other. And on the chorus, Avant talks about how they got to keep moving on. And Face is like, oh, it's sad we breaking up. And if he feels terrible, his kids are calling, and they used to be so tight, but now look at them. They're breaking up. That's a terrible feeling. I know. But we're not talking about what I know, are we? Anyway, track number 11, featuring CeeLo Green. Scarface is talking about being young and dumb back in the days, and his mama told him to straighten up, and he reminisces saying, damn, if I knew what I knew back then, I would have kept quiet. And how his mama was right, and CeeLo comes in on the chorus talking about his relationship with his mother, and how his mom told him straight up, son, I had to do things I wasn't proud of. Oh. And on the second verse, Face is talking about more dumb shit that he did when he was a kid, and he hope it doesn't come back and harm his kids. And he's telling his kids on the third verse, don't make the same mistakes I did. It's up to you to carry my name when I'm dead and gone. Y'all gonna be on your own. So, track number 12, All Bad. See, this is what's funny. I love the church feel of this song. And who would have thought? What does Face talk about when he starts off the intro of the song? Talks about being in church on Sunday morning. I'm like, okay, that's funny as shit. But anyway, Face talks about wanting to be in church and how he wants to leave. He's impatient. He's frustrated that the preacher won't shut up. And everybody's like, keep on preaching, preacher. Keep on now. And he's like, I just want to leave. But he won't let his mom see that he wants to leave. And he won't let his mom see that he's not paying attention. And then he's like, it's going to be the same thing next week. Going to be back here feeling the same feeling again. And yeah. Then on to the chorus. Somebody comes in singing about how no one's perfect. We're just I'm finding my way, keeping my head above water. It ain't all bad. And Face switches verses, obviously. Like another verse and another verse after that. 2 and 3. But he's saying the same thing, really. So I didn't really write anything down about those verses. But anyway, Face just pretty much realizes I may be struggling, or I think I'm struggling. But it ain't all bad. Track number 13, Voices. A woman talks about the voices in her head on the chorus. She's singing about it and how they scream louder than her lips. And Face gives a situation where he's a supernatural character. He's a ghost, a voice in somebody's head. And he's telling you what kind of power he has being a voice in somebody's head. And he just paints you a picture of that whole scenario. But at the same time, he's also talking about and what voices in his head do to him. Track number 14, No Problem. This, oh my gosh, see this beat right here, this might be my favorite track on the whole album. I didn't have a track I didn't like. Let's make that clear. I didn't have a track that I did not dislike. I didn't have a track on here I disliked. How about that? Out of the 15 tracks on here, even though one's an outro and one's an intro, I did not dislike any song on here. Anyway, let's go ahead and get into this because I got something to tell you about this shit right here. This beat goes in. Face comes at you like, I'm the king. I'm the king in everything I've ever done. The rap game, the dope game, I'm king at it. You can't fuck with me. It's him against the world. And, oh my God, here it is. He don't need an army. When the smoke clears, you see him. Specifically, what he's saying is, I've been known to bust bang, kill if the need be. I don't need an army. When the smoke clears, he sees me. That shit is fucking hard. That shit is fucking real. Oh my God. There we go, Face, man. Face mob, boy. Oh my God. But anyway, he says he's a product of the streets, product of the hood. He's focused on his. So fuck another nigga getting his unless he's giving Face what's Face's. And maybe what he earned too. Why not? Anyway, no one can come to Face, like no one can compare to Face. And the light just changed. He gives an NWA MC Ren shout out too. Talk about how rappers are fucked up these days. Don't nobody give a fuck who you are. Now, that's not the MC Ren and NWA reference, but I mean shout out, but. And that's it, because I didn't have anything to write about the outro, because it's the same thing as the intro, really. Deeply rooted. Now, look, this album right here, like, I know I didn't, I had to write things down, but there was a lot I took from this album. I mean, I took a lot from previous albums that I listened to and reviewed, but I just had to write down for this, because there's so much in this album. This album right here could contend for Album of the Year. That's right, I'm saying that. And yeah, I'm giving it a 10 out of 10, 5 out of 5. A 1 out of 1. Yes, it gets the whole thing. It's not a 0.5 out of 1, so it gets a 5. It's not a 0.9 out of 1, so it gets a 9. No, it's a 1 out of 1, a 10 out of 10, a 5 out of 5. Whatever rating y'all can come up with. Oh, it's a 100 out of 100. How about that? Yes, it is that. This album is fucking real. The beats are on it. I did not expect... I expected this album to be great because it's Scarface. But I didn't expect it to be so great for it to be a 10. And this is his 12th album. People are rumoring it as his final album. So if this is how he's going to leave the game, oh, he did a fantastic job. 10 out of 10, no question. And you're kind of like, well, damn. Because like when rappers get to a certain point, it's like, damn, they're falling off. They're just going to put out whatever. And this is rumored to be his final album. You're going to think, of course he's going to want to go out a bang. But he came out right here like, yo, I'm still the king. I can put out 12 more albums and people will still love him. And they will because Face is Face. Now, is this better than Kendrick Lamar's To Pimp a Butterfly? I'm not going to say that. But it is a 10 out of 10 and it is in contention for me at least for Album of the Year. And, that's all I really have to say, but way to go, Face. I hope if you're watching this, please don't let this be your final album. Please. If this is going to be your final album, do an album with the Ghetto Boys. Let's get one more Ghetto Boy album, even though I know you said on Hot 97 and on The Breakfast Club. It's not going to happen. But please, if this is your final album, do another Ghetto Boy album. Or just don't do the Ghetto Boy album. Keep giving us Face albums. Because shit like this is what the game needs. We still need rappers like you and Bun B and KRS-One. Guys like Warren G, Dr. Dre. We need guys like y'all. Roaster 5'9". We need all y'all to keep doing what y'all do. Y'all can still put it on the mic and get sales and get people to buy it and listen. So go ahead and keep doing it. But yeah, like I said, Face, he comes at you with this album. It's great. The beats are on point. The message is great. The singing on the hooks or choruses on this album, on the songs on it, they're just great. Catchy, you're gonna love them. I recommend listening to this. I recommend buying it. Like I said, I'm gonna leave the Spotify link in the description so you can listen to it for free, and I'm gonna leave the iTunes link in the description so you can buy it. Like if you want to listen to it before you buy it, go ahead. If you want to listen to it to make sure you want to buy it, then go ahead. Or if you just want to buy it because it's Face, or you just want to support them, another artist, go ahead and do that. And most scenarios, if you just want to listen to it for free, not buy it, I can understand that. But I'm buying this. I'm not going to iTunes. I'm getting the freaking hard copy because I know it's at Best Buy. But anyway, I just have to say one more thing. Like what rappers do, like when they get to like their final albums or they're falling off, Face didn't fall off. Let's make that clear. But when they do get to that point where they're not as relevant, they start to put out trash or try to make trendy music to keep up. Face didn't do that. He kept it real, like he's done it his whole career. He's never changed up, like not the same beats and the same messages, but like the same realness with different scenarios of the situations he's talking about. So 10 out of 10 for me. He's not like these other rappers who get to a certain point, they try to be trendy, change up to get more views or album sales or to get a big hit on YouTube or hit single played on the radio or something like that. He's not what was I gonna say? He's not putting out trash as he's falling off. He's keeping it real and putting out good music no matter how relevant it is. And that's why we love Face. And that's why he's one of the greatest rappers of all time. You can argue he's the greatest. Anyway, if you liked my review, let me know what you think of it. I mean, if you liked my review, go ahead and hit the like button. If you disliked it, you know what it is. Hit the dislike button. Let me know what you think of my review. Let me know what you think of the album if you've heard it. Be sure to share this video. Get at me on Twitter, AudioMax, SoundCloud, Facebook, Instagram, my email, all that's in the description below. And like I said, I'm going to leave the Spotify and iTunes links in the description so you can buy it and listen to it for free. Scarface, Deeply Rooted, album review, over.